Have you ever wondered that somebody has captured the control of your webcam and might be recording the sensitive videos of yours? Have you ever wondered or thought about that somebody has captured the control of the digital electronics devices which are present inside your home and might be using your sensitive information in your home? Or somebody might have taken the control of your automated vehicles and may have put you into a dangerous situation. You might be saying or thinking that yes, it is possible, but up to what length? Means what is the kind of frequency of occurring these sort of events? So in future, this particular frequency might be very high, and this is because of the digital revolution that is going to take place in near future. So in this particular video, we are going to discuss about the sort of related concerns on the IoT security, and we are going to discuss that how the IoT security is a big concern and how big this particular issue actually is. So let's start. Hey there, my name is Rohit Kumar, and we are going to discuss the concept of IoT security, the related challenges, and how big these challenges are in this particular video. So as you can see this particular figure, it's a report which is created based on the interviews of more than 1,000 professionals and decision makers from various firms. Now, the point is that when the statistics were put together, then this sort of picture comes in front, and this particular picture is quite big, because if we say then highest number is the 90%, and 90% says that the security is a big consideration for customers, and it is not a new thing, because everyone is concerned about the security, and security is a vertical aspect, so it is related to the every aspect of every architecture, because there might be multiple types of architecture, but any architecture can't say that we are foolproof. We are not having any sort of loophole, and we are always going to be the secure from any type of vulnerability. So similar way, if we move on to the second highest figure, so it is 80%, and it says that the call on government globally to provide more robust guidelines onto IoT security. Means 80% people do say that the government should put the right kind of guidelines for the IoT security. And if we move on to the third kind of number, so it is the 54%, where the customers fear that the lack of privacy with IoT devices may leak our sensitive information, or our private information might be misused. So these sort of figures are there. And additionally, sorry, the third highest figure was 62%. 54% is the fourth highest figure. And this 62% figure says that the consumers believe that the security of their IoT devices needs improvement. So consistent research and the innovations is necessary to foolproof your security, because no ecosystem is foolproof, and nobody can say that our security system is perfect to handle even the futuristic challenges. So this is the reality of present digital era and the present IoT development. Additionally, if we see the part here under 90%, so the 14% people do see the security as a ethical responsibility. And when these sort of terms come into picture, kind of ethical and sort of, then it becomes quite debatable, because the vendor says that it's a customer's responsibility to use the applications and the devices judicially, and the customer says that we have become the victim because the vendors have not incorporated the right kind of security mechanisms or the measures. So that's why whenever these sort of terms come into picture, the ethical, the moral, and some sort of the general state of the art guidelines which are supposed to get followed by default. So these the default kind of guidelines nobody follows. Means if some of the people do follow, but majorly nobody follows. For example, many times people used to say that put high security password, always configure your device yourself, do not install any kind of software in its default mode. But most of us always go for these sort of practices. Even if you remember 8 to 10 years back, nobody used to ask you to put a strong password. So what people used to ask, they used to ask password as password. They used to put QWERTY 123 as password. They used to put 1235678 as password. They used to put their names as password. So these are the kind of passwords that people used to put, and that's why the security work have become a major challenge. That's why many of the companies themselves took the responsibility and they made it mandatory that now you cannot put this sort of password and you have to put a combination of letter, special characters, numbers, etc. And then people got to know that yes, now we have to put, because there is no other chance. So it is a very easy to put the liability onto others' shoulders, because you are not going to take the liability of your wrong deeds also. So customers also are, we cannot say that the customers are not the wrongdoing people. They are also doing wrong, but might be out of negligence. So they doing it not deliberately, but the adversaries out there, the attackers out there, they are doing all these sort of attacks deliberately, and that's why they do look for these sort of opportunities, that some default passwords are present onto some router. There are some default credentials which are left out or written out in some document. So these are the kind of things that many people do practice, and these becomes the kind of loopholes into a particular system, because the adversary, if he took the control of one autonomous vehicle, then the whole road traffic is into danger. If he took control of one of the server in a cloud environment, then the whole cloud infrastructure might be at risk. So this is the kind of scenario in security, and that's why security becomes a big challenge. Why? Because we do think that if no only one system got captured, what is the need of worrying? No, it is not like this, because that one system is related with the whole network, and when one system got captured, immediately might be the bomb, virus, or the Trojan horse, or whichever form of malware is present inside your system. It might have copied its forms. It might be mutating inside your system. So that's why you don't know that once your system got infected, it might be present inside your network in the form of malware, Trojan, spyware, ransomware, etc., and might not be leaving your system anytime. So that's why a bottom guideline in security industry is, once your system got infected, it is of no use. Means you are not going to use an infected system again. So don't let this sort of situation happen. And if it has happened, then don't use it for any sensitive kind of applications in future. If you are a general user, it is not a big thing, but still you are supposed to follow some of the basic guidelines. So that's all from my side in this particular video. If you didn't like the analysis or this particular video, please do criticize and let me know that what we can do to improve our analysis further. Thanks for watching. Happy learning.